The Austin School District is inching closer to a critical crossroads, with the state poised to step in and make changes to improve performance. New state accountability ratings last week saw two campuses, Burnett Middle School and Webb Middle School, earn a fifth consecutive failing rating. Under state law, that triggers a mandatory state intervention. The Texas Education Commissioner has two options: either close Burnett and Webb or impose a state takeover of the entire district, appointing a board of managers to run it. In a recent interview, we asked Superintendent Matias Segura whether he has any indication from TEA which path they'll pursue.
I have not had any conversations with the agency about what happens next. That's my place, is to focus on student outcomes. When outcomes begin to get released, as we move forward, I'm sure there'll be those conversations.
While Burnett and Webb extended their streak of failing ratings, AISD actually as a whole saw improvement. The district earned a B rating for the first time in 4 years, after a series of C ratings. The number of campuses that earned an A or a B rating increased almost 30% from last year, from 47 to 61. And the number of campuses that earned a D or F rating dropped by about a quarter, from 41 to 31.
It is very exciting to have so much to celebrate, and I really want to honor our students who worked so hard and really dedicated themselves so diligently to learning.
We are growing in inches, not yards. That's the way everything in education works. If you've been in education long enough, you know it takes time to move, right? The system is moving. Is it moving as fast as you want it? No. What does? But it is moving.
In response to the threat of state takeover, a group of Austin parents, teachers, and community organizations is banding together to keep Austin schools independent. Brian Degman is one of those parents, and he's here with us to tell us about the effort. Brian, thank you so much for being with us.
Of course, glad to be here.
So, Brian, let's start with you. What's your connection to Austin schools in this effort?
Well, I'm just a parent in Austin ISD. I have a first grader, and he's a little nervous, a little excited, but
of course.
So I'm somewhat new to the district, but over the past my first year at the district, seeing the huge budget deficit that AISD is dealing with, and sort of getting more involved with state education funding, and then hearing about the state takeover really made me feel concerned about the state of public education in Texas, and wanted to get involved with helping to, address the problems within our district and statewide.
So why was it so important to you and all of these others who have joined this effort to keep local control of the school district?
Yeah, well, we believe that the state removing our locally elected board and replacing them with appointed managers who are only accountable to the Commissioner of Education or the Commissioner of the TEA is just not an acceptable solution to parents, community members, taxpayers here in Austin. And I think we've seen from the takeovers in Houston and Fort Worth that these takeovers don't have student interests in mind, and students have suffered in Houston. I mean, their enrollment is down by, I think, 13,000 students since the takeovers began. Something like 11,000 teachers have left the district. 1 in 4 teachers in Houston is now uncertified, and it's affecting the quality of the education that those students are getting. And so we believe that parents in the community here in Austin are the people who have our children's best interests in mind, and our voices and our point of view needs to be considered and matter.
Now, state law mandates intervention from the state given the set of circumstances that AISD finds itself in currently. So what outcome can you really hope for to keep local control over the school district while fulfilling what state law calls for here?
Well, the TEA sort of has multiple options. I think we've seen in most districts that face what Austin's in, it ends up with a state takeover. Wichita Falls ISD has recently had a sort of different outcome where they have a conservator and they had to close and reopen the school. And, I have no insight into what sort of deals TEA and AISD could be trying to make. But in any sort of outcome, the thing that we're focused on is making sure that parents and community have a real voice and a real power to make sure that schools are run in the best interest of our children and not, and not have that power taken out of our control.
And indeed, that is the most important thing here is our students' success and our students' well-being in schools. Well, Brian Degman, an Austin ISD parent and a member of Keep Austin Schools Independent, thank you so much for joining us today. I know this is an ongoing and difficult conversation.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave us a comment below to let us know your thoughts on this video. And don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Austin Insight for free in the PBS app.